A recent study by South Carolina Teacher Education Research Pipeline does have evidence showing that teacher retention is trending back up and back to the level that it was pre-pandemic. A few things about data like this I want to throw out there. One, it's not really that surprising that anything has trended up since the pandemic school year. Really, any data from the 2020 to 2022 time-ish would be the lowest, and 5 years later, things would probably, hopefully, have improved in almost every area. And you got to be careful with this, because if you're not, that narrative will be hijacked by companies trying to say, look at how much the data has improved since we sold such and such a product to this district. It's gone this. Or schools or districts are trying to say, hey, we started doing this, and look how much our data has improved over the last 4 or 5 years. When you want to say, of course it has. Now, maybe something of that did contribute to it. I'm sure it helped in some way. But honestly, anything you claim, like students started wearing this brand of shoes more than this brand of shoes, or they changed the type of lemonade that was served in the cafeteria, is correlative evidence that led to an improvement in data. But what you want to look at is more causative. And what you also want to look at is if this is a report on teacher retention, classroom teacher retention, then it really is important that classroom teachers, educators, are the voice of sharing why the trend may have improved. But even if you go back to 2019, that we're supposedly back to a level of, if you remember in South Carolina, 2019 was not a high watermark for teacher satisfaction at the job. This was the year that teachers showed up big, 10,000 strong plus, wearing red at the State House to say, we have to improve the way teachers are treated in this state. And I want to bring that up so we can continue the trend upward, so we don't start implementing things that make the trend go back down. And we see things from different districts across the state, like increased mandated benchmark testing. We see more paint by the numbers curriculum and pacing guides. We see more things, and I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to trend back down. What really improves schools and teacher happiness and student happiness is if teachers and paraprofessionals are actually trusted more and invited to the tables where decisions are being made on behalf of what's best in the classroom. In other words, if we make increasing joy and meaning and purpose in our school our primary goal, not just getting better data, then I think we'll have happier, healthier human beings. I think we'll have more teacher retention. I think we'll have more engaged students. And because of that, I think we'll also see increased testing data. But that's the byproduct. If your school is doing something that makes you more likely to stay there now, please share that, as that is good information and helps us pinpoint what is more causative versus correlative. In other words, if it's actual classroom teachers sharing why they are choosing retention versus attrition. Thank you so much. Check out that study for yourself, do your research, and have that data to share as well in one of your next data meetings.
Vibe.